Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to your reading for the week of July 4th. We're just going to jump right in here, Pisces, as always, and we are going to see what is going on for you at this time. Again, shout out to Santero. This is a mixture of the good tarot, the Sacred Shaman Oracle, and another one that, again, I never remember. So that's that. Again, I'll have it linked up down below. But let's see here. You have the Queen of Cups coming up twice here in your reading. I do feel like it would be, and it could be an emotional week for you. I would be careful of emotion, especially, we're like in Cancer season. On top of that, we just had that moon on the 28th. And, that moon is just a little weird. Saturn and Pluto going retrograde. I feel like there could be a lot of, I've been talking about this for months, how I feel like, especially for, us emotional people like us Pisces, we can kind of we can feel things on a very deep level. And I would say that, with everything going on in the world and all that other stuff, I would just protect your emotions, with the Queen of Cups coming up twice in your reading. It's coming up as your center card too. And, the center card in this 9-card spread is the most powerful card in the whole entire reading. To me, it is kind of like where all the energy originates in a 9-card spread, at least the way that I read it personally. So I kind of feel that it could be a very emotional time. It's kind of interesting because you have this card at the end that says Fool's Embrace on it, and it says transmuting pain, which would be like taking pain and turning it into something positive. I think the world needs a lot more of that. I talk about that all the time. I feel like the world needs more happiness and more joy. I feel like people, and again, a great way to do this, especially for you Pisces, I'm telling you right now, for the next few years, you're going to be in the limelight. And I feel it's a great time for you to do things like, achieve your desires. A desire is deeper than just a goal. It's something that you actually desire to do. Because, again, people are going to notice, people are going to use you as an example, and you're going to be healing the world by doing it. So I kind of feel like that's one of the most powerful things you can do right now. You have the Justice card, the Nine of Wands, and the Hierophant here. Very much like feeling, I feel like this is where the energy you're coming off of. Very interesting here, what I feel as well, Pisces. Like, I feel you're coming off this energy of feeling like you have to follow certain rules or feeling like you have to live a certain way. Even if we were to, put these two cards together, obviously they show up in the same first row here. They kind of, represent rules. The Justice card could be, legal rules. The Hierophant is more traditional rules, inside the box thinking. It is, the way things have always been done, right? And so I feel that you're coming off of this time of feeling like there are certain rules that you have to live by or certain things that you have to do to kind of fit inside of a box. We're humans, we're tribal creatures, right? We want to belong to a group. It makes us feel safe. But I feel like, the problem that we're having right now is that to belong to certain groups, it's like you have to fit certain rules, right? I feel like you're kind of wanting to break away from that. This Fool's Embrace card, reminds me of the Fool. The Fool is kind of like Heyoka energy, the wise clown, and Heyoka energy is meant to be not really the trickster, it's meant to be the contrarian. And I kind of get that energy here where it's like going against the grain might actually be a good thing for you this week. And I'm not saying that you're causing fights or anything like that in your life. That's not what we're talking about here. We're just talking about looking at things differently in your life, because it looks to me like there's a lot of abundance in that transmuting energy. When everybody could be worried about something, then you could be the one that comes up with an idea or has something to share with the class that leads to more abundance or more success. In the Nine of Wands, the reason I'm saying this with the Nine of Wands is that the Nine of Wands is my card of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. It's my card of experimentation, trying different things. You also have this Corn card here. It just says the corn on it, Pisces. It is a card of a harvest and abundance. It should be a very abundant time for you. If you are not experiencing abundance, then there's probably something you're not doing. I don't want to call you out here, but you have the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is a card of conflict and competition. I feel more it could be inner conflict, like you have an idea, but you're not executing on the idea. You might have an opportunity, but it's like you're not taking advantage of the opportunity. Part of me is not worried for you at all because I think that by the time we get to 2023, that you will probably have figured some things out. I think, I'm a Pisces, as I always say, it takes me a really long time to like kind of come up with an idea and then make it something that I actually want to do, right? Too many times in my life, I've like thought I wanted to do something, then I get into it and I don't want to do it and I regret it. I think that's a very Pisces thing. And so I feel you've had a lot of those experiences where you think you want to be involved in something, love or otherwise, could be a business. And, I feel this reading, even though it's kind of weird, there is nothing really financial here, but I do feel there is a major financial focus for whatever reason. Again, we're going to clarify in just a minute, Pisces, but I feel there's a major focus here on your finances. So it's like maybe you've had ideas in the past and you start them and then you're like, oh my God, I don't want to do this. And then you feel stuck. So, I kind of feel, but like I said, I kind of feel there's a need to get moving. At the same time, like I said, I feel like for the most part, you have until next year, 2023. That's, Jupiter's going to retrograde back into Pisces at the end of this year, towards the end. Then in 2023, it's going to move into Aries, your second house for most of you, for the most part. And, that's when really everything that all the seeds you planted, the corn of Jupiter in your first are kind of going to sprout. Again, to me, it doesn't really matter if Jupiter is not in your first and your second, over this year, and next year as well. It doesn't matter where it is. You're still going to be getting the same things. You have the Five of Wands, the Queen of Cups, and the Three of Pentacles. The Five of Wands is the inner conflict. I definitely feel this is internal. And I kind of feel like there are some things, I do feel there is a pushy energy. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I get a little bit of this like pushy energy here where it's like, okay, it's like time for some decisions to be made, Pisces. For a lot of you, I feel like these are choices that have to be made, where it's kind of like, are you going this way or that way in your life? Are you going to start a business, or are you going to go get a career? Are you going to start a relationship, or are you going to go do something else with your life? It's like I kind of feel there's some choices. I feel like there's been a lot of internal conflict, but deep down inside I feel like you know exactly what to do. You have the Queen of Cups here. You have the Queen of Cups twice, which is like your internal energy. I think it's no mistake that, again, Cancer season, and we have two cards here that represent Cancer, right? The Queen of Cups twice. So I feel that you could be feeling this emotional energy on a very deep level. I've been telling everybody for like 2 years now that we need to be careful of emotions, any of these emotional reactions. I'm not saying that we shouldn't have emotional reactions to the things that are happening in the world, right? Especially if you care about something. Of course, you should have feelings about it, right? We're humans. But I would just be careful because there's just too much deception in the astrology. I feel like most of the stuff we're seeing isn't true or is going to turn out completely different than we expect. So I don't know. I don't even watch the news because if I did, again, it'd probably drive us insane, right? So I'd be careful of all that stuff for the Queen of Cups. Again, I'm not saying don't care. I'm just saying that, be careful of like caring so much that it affects your life, and then you find out that something isn't true or that things aren't how you think they are. Like I said, we're in the time of the Wizard of Oz for sure, right? Everything's happening behind the curtains. So let's put it that way. Next, you have the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles, teamwork makes a dream work. I am a huge fan, obviously, of teamwork this year. I've been telling, I've talked about this all year as well, that I really feel if you want to be successful moving forward, that working as part of a team or working with other people is going to be extremely valuable. That's probably where you're going to get the most benefits. And it's more just because, again, I truly believe we're entering into a very co-creative energy. We're moving away from competition, Five of Wands, we're moving towards co-creation. And so people who enter into co-creative relationships, we're not just talking about love here. Like I said, we're talking about everything. In business and work, whatever, you're just going to get more and more abundance. So totally worth it. Next, you have this Fool's Embrace card. It says transmuting pain. Like I said, I feel like some of you could have some ideas on like what to do to maybe improve situations, to just make the world a little bit brighter of a place, whatever. I feel you should definitely do that. It's kind of like a scary, awesome looking card at the same time. I don't even know what that is on the card, but I kind of like it. So I feel for some of you that, being more positive, doing any of those things would be a good idea. You have the Page of Cups, the Ten of Cups, and the Seven of Cups here. Number one, Page of Cups. leads me to believe that there could be a love opportunity around you. Feels like an opportunity to me. I don't feel like it's like nothing at the moment. You have the Hierophant, Queen of Cups to the Page of Cups going this direction. The way that I feel about this is it's like very serious, less serious. Like, why do I literally feel like saying relationship in reverse here, Pisces. No joke. So I don't know if something started hot and heavy and fizzled out, although if I'm being honest, that's not the feeling that I get here. I just get relationship in reverse. So again, we don't have to be in relationships, as I always tell people. So if you want to get out of something, now's the time. If again, you could just be dealing with the person and they're kind of like fading away, and now might be the time. Although, like I said, you have the Ten of Cups here as well. So there could still be a lot of potential, could be potential for you to form a family with a person if you desire to do that. I feel for some of you as well that there is just a person who's in your energy field. I don't believe that they have to be a water sign with that Page of Cups. Page of Cups to me can just be a general admirer. And so I really am not picking up on a sign. Again, we're going to clarify in just a second. We'll see what comes up. But I do feel that there is love around you. However, some of you feel like you're dealing with a relationship in reverse. Those are literally the words I feel like saying. I don't know even what that means necessarily. If I was really, really looking for an answer here, maybe Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups could just say that, if you feel like you're in a relationship in reverse, then, the Seven of Cups could say that both people are kind of living two different lives. They're looking at things from a different perspective. So it's like you might be looking at life, like your life going in one direction, they see it going the other. So I just kind of feel differences in expectations or whatever. The Seven of Cups is being spoiled for choice, but if it's two people here in this situation, like I feel like it is, then it could just say that, two people have different ideas of like how life goes, right? And that could be why this is happening. So I was going to provide some more details with that, but let's do that by clarifying. I think that'll be better to kind of like help us figure out what is going on here. And sorry, I'm not used to this table. It just does not want to work like I want it to, but that's okay, right, Pisces? All right. With the Justice card, you have the Eight of Wands. Quick success, quick movement, quick conclusion. I feel like if you're dealing with something legal, that there could be a quick conclusion. For others, I just feel pressure, if I'm being honest. I feel if you're like, maybe you've been thinking about separating from a person or thinking about getting a divorce, it's like you could be like, starting to like need to make some decisions here. For others, I do feel like you could be moving with the Eight of Wands. So there you go. With the Nine of Wands, you have the Hangman. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I said this to you in your last reading. I could be wrong. But I feel like saying how much more information do you need on a situation? For some of, I really feel this is like multiple things in your life. For some of, I feel like there are some big decisions you're going to be making between now and the end of the year. I'm cheating because I know you're astrology, Pisces. There's some big decisions that you're going to be making between now and the end of the year. Like I said, how much more information do you need to make some of those decisions? It's like sometimes I feel like, we probably know much sooner how something is going to go for us, or based off of past experiences even. And I feel like this is a little bit of everything. For some of you, I feel like you're wondering, do I stay or go from this relationship? But it's like, really, maybe the person, if you really listened, or if you really are listening, they've already told you how it's going to go, so you could already make a decision. Same thing in business as well. For those of you in work or business, I feel like you already do something and you're like thinking about doing the kind of maybe something bigger, similar but in a bigger way. And I kind of feel this reading is saying, not so much look to the past as in like, oh, we should be living in the past, but look at the past and say, hey, you know what, this has been working. I've proven that I can do whatever it is that you're thinking about doing. So it's like, just do it. It'll probably work. With the Hierophant, you have the Queen of Pentacles. Some of you definitely could have a earth sign in your energy. I feel that if you're looking for love, could be an earth sign. Definitely get a very shy energy here from this person, so they could be a little bit more kind of withdrawn. Although I feel good if you are attracting new love into your life here, of course. With the Five of Wands, Nine of Wands, I think this is your problem. I mean, again, I'm cheating Pisces a little bit. I think the end of this year is really good for love for you. So, if you desire it, getting out there, meeting a new person, really good time. Even now, it's really not necessarily a bad time right now. Might be a little slow. We have Mars going retrograde in August and until October, basically, a little bit slow. Is it a bad time to get into a relationship? I don't know. really don't think we should allow retrogrades to control our life. So I'd say do whatever you want. But I do feel like it's kind of like a good time for you to maybe meet a person, talk to them. But again, you could be basing like a new situation off a past situation, 5 of Wands, 9 of Wands, and you could be a little bit guarded. So I just make sure you open up if you want it. With the Queen of Cups, you have the Knight of Wands, a lot of adventure energy here. Like I said, being, I get this thing about like being a contrarian, the Heyoka energy is the best way I can describe it to you, Pisces. But I kind of feel like if everybody's going one direction and you decide to go the other, you're probably going to find a lot of success. I'm not talking about, there are people who are just difficult to be difficult. There are people who always go the opposite direction, right? I'm sure you all know someone like that who argues the opposite side always, right? That's not what I'm talking about here. But, I'm just saying, people might be saying like, oh, it's a really bad time for real estate, right? Like everybody's talking about that now, how there's a collapse and all this other stuff. But it's like, maybe because everybody's saying that, it's actually not, and you should do it, right? So I kind of feel it would be a really good time to maybe just, look. And again, I'm not saying get into real estate. I'm just saying there could be, I feel there's a lot of success for you in kind of looking at the, the other side of issues. I don't know why this is popping into my head. I hope it makes sense. The other thing that I would say is Knight of Wands. Desire. I'm pretty sure I said something at the beginning of the reading about desires. I think you are I don't think I know, I feel it. You are one of the signs that can benefit the most from moving towards a desire, for doing something, for the betterment of humanity, right? But, it's like it could be a desire. You might desire to have, to start an aquarium, right? Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. I would get started. I feel like you'll be very successful. With the Three of Pentacles, you have the Two of Swords, the other side. It's like she knows she needs to make a decision, but she's not making a decision. She's kind of stuck in a stalemate. I might pull some extra cards on this Two of Swords. Three of Pentacles does say there could be people who will help you make a decision. I do feel like you feel stuck on a decision here. Well, we're going to look into that in just a second. With the Page of Cups, you have the Four of Cups. Like I said, I think past disappointments in relationships is maybe preventing you from entering into new ones. Again, not telling you what to do. If you want to be in a relationship, I feel like you have to kind of like open up here. I do feel like some of you could have been dealing with a person who thought the grass was greener on the other side with that Four of Cups. For others, I just get something about imagination here. Four of Cups, Seven of Cups. Some of you could have been in a relationship that was more kind of very much in the fantasy side of things. It's kind of funny because I started saying 2 years ago that if you're a Pisces, that you really need to make sure you make a relationship a reality. If you want to have a relationship 2 years ago, moving forward until the end of 2025, because of Neptune and Pisces, I feel there's a danger, I think, for Pisces to really kind of build up a story in their head about the relationship that they're in. It could be more fantasy because of Neptune and Pisces, and then it kind of disappoints you, right? Four of Cups. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Actually, I think it's a good thing if you take it and you turn it into reality. It's just as simple as saying okay, these are the things that I keep picturing about this relationship. Can I make those things true or not? If the answer is yes, if you can work with the person, and if the person is willing to work with you, then it could be, you could literally live like heaven on earth, right? Not trying to be dramatic here, but it's totally true. But you have to kind of put the work in. I think it's interesting that this card comes up, and it's kind of scary to me. It's like a scary fairy thing that's on this card, right? And I kind of feel like that is so. This perfectly describes what I see in my head for Pisces, where it's I think in our little Pisces dream world, we're picturing these amazing, beautiful things that we could create, heaven on earth. And I literally feel like us Pisces could bring heaven down to earth right now by creating, our dreams, dream relationships, whatever we want. But it's then the scary reality hits, right? And it's I think the challenge right now is bridging the two things together and realizing that it is possible for us to create, heaven on earth, but we just have to kind of get over those fears. With the Ten of Cups, you have the Six of Swords. Moving on to calmer shores. Definitely improvements coming in for you here. I do feel there's some of you, for you to have your happily ever after, you could feel like you're making a sacrifice, leaving something behind and to go to the other side. The mother and the child on the Six of Swords, they're leaving everything behind. And so I feel a lot of you could be kind of making some of those sacrifices. With the Seven of Cups, you have the Hermit, so coming out of darkness. I like this. I feel like things are improving for you on a very simple level. It's kind of like you are, sorry, there were a bunch of cards flipped around in there, and I don't want to do this, mixing two decks together. But, I kind of feel there's like a lot of, that you're coming out of a dark period of time here, Pisces. So I like to see that. I just want to pull like 3 more cards for this Two of Swords decision. 4 of Pentacles, it's involving the past. So this could be, a person from your past. It could be your past life. It could be, I'm not really getting that this is love necessarily, but I feel that could be part of it. It feels bigger to me than love with the 4 of Pentacles. So some of you, it could be like where you live or whatever. It's like you're trying to make a decision to move away from your foundation. This, again, that's why I mean it's not just love. It's deeper than that because I feel like it's involving your foundation. You have the 5 of Cups, like fearing regrets, but he's crying over what he has always known. He has lost his taste for wine. That's why he's crying, and he needs to experience something new. That's what leads to the bridge and the castle. So I'd say with that 2 of Swords, if you're fearing walking away from something that is established in your life, Hierophant, 2 of Swords, this 4 of Pentacles here, I feel a lot of you could be walking away from something that is established, that exists, that has a foundation, that has been built up, but is it a really good foundation? For some of you, you could be leaving your family. You could be moving away. That's like the type of energy I get here. You could be moving away from where you are from. You could be leaving a job you've been at for 20 years. You could be walking away from a relationship that you've been in for 20 years. That's the type of feeling this reading is giving me. It's giving me the turning something painful into a beautiful new beginning. Heaven on earth, right? And bottom row, you have the 7 of Wands. This is all you need to know is your beliefs. 7 of Wands is a card of conviction. It says when you know that something is going to be successful, it will be successful. That's all you need to know. I also feel, as I've been saying to you for like months now, Pisces, I feel like you need to trust the evidence. I would look at the evidence of any situation you're entering into. I also feel like you need to not sell yourself so short, It kind of reminds me of Black Moon Lilith and Leo. I'm a Black Moon Lilith and Leo. And the thing with Black Moon Lilith and Leo is again, it can be an energy of needing to not sell yourself too short. It's funny because a lot of people say Black Moon Lilith and Leo people have big egos, but typically it's actually the opposite. Sometimes Black Moon Lilith and Leo people kind of grow into an ego, but for the most part, really it's about needing to believe in yourself. And I kind of feel that for you here, Pisces, where there's something that you have to believe in yourself to get it to work, whatever it is. Very interesting. I like this. I like where this is going. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.